I think primarily we're looking to help our readers. So startups.co.uk is a platform for businesses that are looking to grow or people looking for ideas. And often they don't necessarily join the dots and know what's out there. And the interesting thing about Europe's Corporate Startup Stars is that there is so much activity going on in the startup sphere, and we really wanted to shine a light with the help of Nesta on the great things that are going on that startup entrepreneurs can access and hopefully collaborate with through hackathons, pitch events, raising finance, corporate venturing, and ultimately exit, which is the desire of probably most fast growth entrepreneurs, is to find that exit at the end. I think if you're an ambitious entrepreneur and you're looking to give your business the best chance, then you need to explore every opportunity and potential revenue stream. And the recent trend for corporates setting up programs to identify the most exciting startups and to work with those businesses is something that entrepreneurs can't ignore. And it's important that if they want to secure finance, they need to be networking, meeting the right people. If they want to fill knowledge gaps, they may need mentors and to work with those that have better technical experience than they do. And ultimately, if they want to sell their business in a few years' time, then starting those conversations with the kind of companies that might make trade acquisitions, so achieve a trade sale for the entrepreneur, is vitally important. So doing that at the earliest stage and being identified in this kind of big fishing net for corporates is actually a positive thing. I think the biggest question for corporates at the moment is, what does the future hold for them? And it can be neatly summarized in 3 words: innovate or die. And we're seeing that big companies are getting younger. So the lifespan of a big company is reducing. And those corporates that don't engage with new ideas and startups and open themselves up to that risk being pushed aside by challenger brands. And they could get into an unseemly fight and a scramble for market share. They could try to kill those startups in their infancy, or they could identify, work with them, collaborate, help them grow, and then ideally acquire or invest in them and then reap the rewards together. Yeah, I mean, I've been working in the startup space now for the last 17 years, and I'd like to think that at startups.co.uk we're made aware of a lot of the initiatives that are going on that corporates are setting up and running with startups, to programs, accelerators. We have a fairly good awareness of that, but the thing that surprised me most was just how much is going on that isn't necessarily being celebrated in the way that it should be. And if we don't know about it, that means that there are a lot of startup entrepreneurs out there that won't know about it. And so the really important thing for us is to highlight that and to make sure that we make our readers aware of it, so that when they're looking to see who they might be able to work with and collaborate with, it's all out there, it's transparent. And I'm sure that the corporates have some ways of identifying the talent and nurturing them and casting that net wide enough, but they're probably missing a few that just don't know what's going on. And so that was the thing that surprised me most. There's a hell of a lot more going on than I realised. I think in terms of collaborating with corporates, startup entrepreneurs need to think carefully about what their end goal is, at the outset. They need to have an idea of which partners might be able to reach their target market quicker through partnership, through pilots of their product or service, and through identifying the right corporates that they can potentially work with, and then building a chemistry between the corporate and the startup, and developing pilots that reach that target market. They stand a much better chance of commercializing sooner, generating the kind of revenue and profit that they need to in order to survive. And that's really what it should be about. It's creating sustainable businesses that are good for the economy, and building and growing the talent base within the UK in particular, from startups.co.uk's point of view, but also more generally in Europe.